Hi, now we will discuss how to write the output of the data frame into a table or into a folder. We will also cover what are all the different file formats we can use while writing the data and how exactly we can write into a table also. And then we will also discuss what are the different write modes available, like errorifexists, overwrite, append, ignore. All these we will discuss. And then while writing the data, we can partition the data as well. So that also we will understand how it impacts in terms of folder and while writing to table as well. So let's get started. First of all, I will create a data frame. So here I'm creating the data frame from this particular table, but in general, we can use any data frame for writing. So once we read the data, we will be doing some transformation, aggregation, join, whatever. So finally, whatever is our final data frame, that is what we can try to write. And while writing the data, this is the syntax. So by default, this mode is something not mandatory. So let me remove it for now so that we will understand its impact. So df.write.save, and in the save, we can specify the location where we want to write our output data. And here we are not specifying any table name, any file format. We are using all the default options. So we will understand how exactly it works. For now, let me mention the location as write test3. So this is the data which is there in this data frame, the customer related data like customer ID, name, registration date, and other information. So if we write this data frame, so this is where the data will be written. So currently it is doing the write operation. It has completed the write. Now let's see what do we find at that location. So here is our output location. This is the location I had specified. If I go inside this, here we can see that there is a folder named delta log, and then there is a Parquet file here. So as we can see, by default it is writing in the delta format. So this is called as delta format, wherein actual data it is stored as Parquet files, and the delta logs are stored in a separate folder called delta log. Delta format itself we will discuss in so many detail further, but for now the important thing is that it is written by default in the delta format. And if we want to write it in some other format, that is where we can specify the format as well, like df.write.format. Let's say if we want to write it as a CSV file, so then it will write the output as CSV file. So let me write it again. So it has written, and if we go to that same location, and if I refresh it here, so now we can see the test4 folder is there, and this time it has written the data into CSV file. So this is a CSV file, and the other files, these are some checksum and status files. These does not contain any data. And in our case, the data set is very small, so it is writing only into a single file, but practically the data will be huge and it will be writing multiple files here. So this is how we can specify different formats here. Apart from CSV, we can also specify here like Parquet format, JSON, ORC, Avro. There are so many formats supported. And next, let's understand how we can write the data into a table. So to write into a table, this is the syntax like df.write.saveAsTable. And then we specify any table name. So let's say this is the table name we want to use. So in this catalog, this schema, this is the table which will be created. This is a new table, currently it does not exist. So with this command, we will be write the data into a table as well. So let's see, check out the table. So by default, we are not seeing that table with _2. Let me refresh it so that we can see it. After refresh, we can see that it is showing the third table with _2. So this is the table which was created just now. And as we can see, it has created the table successfully, and we can check out some sample data also here if we want to. So the table, it is written successfully. Next, let's understand what are the different modes while writing the data and why we need different modes. So first let's start with that. So let's say I have written this data, and if I run the same code again one more time, so what will happen is it will fail. It will fail saying that path already exists, and currently what it means is that the folder is already there, so it do not want to impact that data, and that is why it is by default it is saying that the folder is there, and it cannot write the data. So to handle different kind of scenarios while writing the data, we have different modes available. So first let's understand all those modes. Here we can see that in total there are 4 modes which are supported. So by default the mode is errorifexists if we don't mention anything, and this throws an error if the table is already there or the folder is already there, which we saw already. And explicitly we can specify these other modes also. So overwrite, what it means is it will completely overwrite the data. It will delete the existing data, and then it will write new data from the data frame into that particular location or in that table. And in case of append, it will not delete the existing data, it will append that data. Existing data, it will still be there, and more data based on that data frame will be added to that particular location or into that table. And in case of ignore, if the table or data already exists, it will do nothing. So nothing means it will not delete the data, target data, and it will also not overwrite the data. It will not throw an error also. So silently it will complete the code. So this is not much frequently used because the ignoring anything without doing anything, that is something normally we don't use, but we can use if required, that kind of scenario if it is there. So most of the time we use overwrite and append modes. So these let's see how these works exactly. So this is the code which was failing without any mode. So if we specify dot write dot mode here, and in the mode if I mention overwrite, so now what it will do is it will replace the data whichever is there in this test4 location, and this time we can see that it has not thrown any error and the data it is replaced now. And if we have to use append mode, then what will happen is it will not delete the data, but it will append more data into the same location. So if you want to check it out, so let's go to this write test4 location. If we see here, we can see that the same data it has been written 2 times as 2 CSV files. So that is how append mode is working. And if I use overwrite again, then what it will do is it will replace that data. So it will not add any more. And if I refresh this volume, here we can now see that only one CSV file is written. So previously there were 2, those 2 it has deleted, and one it has put newly. So that is how overwrite mode works. And if we want to specify any partition while writing, so why exactly do we need partition is, let's take this example. Let's say we have this data and let's say we have billion of rows. So if we want to store the data, let's say year wise, the customers which are registered in 2022, 2023 year wise separately, if we want to store them, and why we want to store them separately, so that while reading the data we will be able to read it in a better way. So let's understand this more so that it is more clear. So this is our input data frame. So first of all, we want to partition our data by year, and by default a year column is not there. So from the registration date column, we are calculating year part and then adding it as an additional column in our data frame. So now our data frame, it will have the year column, and then while writing this data frame, additionally we can specify this parameter like partition by year. And if we uh, write it this way, then let's see how exactly the data is partitioned in the target side. So now it has written the data and location is the right test 5. So if we go there, and if I open this right test 5, so here we can see that it has written the data year wise folders. So instead of directly storing the files along with the delta log, it has created one folder for each of the year, and then within that folder it has stored the data. So that is how the partitioning works. And while writing, it is not that useful, but when we will read this data again into a data frame, that is where it will be very fast. If we apply any filter, let's say whenever we will fetch the data where year equal to 2021, so that time it will not need to read all the data. It will know that for 2021 the data is inside this folder, so directly from this folder only it will read the data. So when the volume is very big, that's where we partition the data based on some column which will be used while querying the data, and it has some good value as well. And normally the best practice of using any partition column, so normally we use a column so that for each partition roughly the data shall be like more than 1 GB, then only we use it. Otherwise we shall use the table or the folders without partition. So this is how we can partition the data. And if we try to read this partitioned data, then it will be read using the exact same way. We don't need to mention those year columns or the year folders while reading it. How it will work is it will automatically understand that and it will read everything. So here we can see that whatever we had written into partition, it has read them successfully, and then the year it is available as an additional column. So this is how the partitioning can be read very easily. And similarly, while writing to a table also we can do partitioning. So in this case, let's say if we specify partition the same year, and in the saveAsTable if we mention this, so it will create the table as the partitioned. So let's see how does the partition table look like. So it has created with the name customer 5. So now let me refresh it, and if I open this table, so in this table the year column will be there, and if the column is partitioned, this key will appear and it will be named as partition column. So that is how it works. So whenever we will read this table and apply the filter on year column, so internally it will use those partitions. That is how it works. And wherever it has stored the data for this table, there internally it has automatically created those folders. So this is all about writing the data frame. So we understood what all file formats we can write, how we can write into folders and table, what are the write modes available, and how to use partition effectively. So that is what I wanted to explain here. Thank you. Bye bye.